Okay, so Samsung's having an event on the 10th of August, and this event is expected to be the biggest one of the year in terms of the number of new products that they will be launching. So here's everything that's been reported and everything that's currently in the public domain. But more about that right after this. If you're looking for a great charging solution for your brand new Fold 4 or Flip 4, then Spigen's Arc Field wireless charger and their Arc Station mini charger are some fantastic options. They offer impressive super fast charging speeds for all supported Samsung devices, all whilst being smaller and sleeker. Learn more about them later on in this video. Okay, so the first device to expect is the brand new Galaxy Z Fold 4. And that's because the previous Z Fold 3 and the Z Fold 2 were both announced in August. Oh, and Samsung's own trailer even points at some of their new foldables. Now, the Z Fold 2 was a gigantic change from the original Fold, and that's because it had a full redesign. It had larger displays on both the front and the inner display too. The hinge was reworked so that you could stop it anywhere you wanted to. So yeah, the changes from the Fold 1 were huge. But then the Fold 3 was actually a very small change over the Fold 2. The only major improvements that we got were an under-the-display camera and an S Pen. That's pretty much it. So in this case, if the Fold 2 was a big change, the Fold 3 was a small change, the Fold 4 should once again be a pretty big change. So what do we know so far? So the biggest change floating out here, which was reported by Ice Universe, is that the phone is becoming shorter and wider, and therefore allowing for a much more usable cover screen. Now, one of the reasons for this seems to be the new hinge design, which according to Ice Universe is getting much thinner, allowing for that wider front screen. Now, personally, I'm really happy for this, as on the previous Folds, I almost never really used the outer display, just because it was just too narrow and difficult to type on, so I would almost always unfold it and use it like this, like a mini tablet. So yeah, I'm super happy with this change. Another change is said to be the under-the-display camera, which is getting a PPI bump from about 172 to over 400. On the Fold 3, the under-the-display camera was definitely visible, especially if you were browsing a website that had a white background, so I'm pretty happy to see that this is getting improved. Aside from this, the Fold 4 is also expected to be lighter than the Fold 3 according to Ice Universe. So it is said to have 263 grams compared to 271 on the Fold 3, and just as a comparison, the Fold 2 had 282. So that's great, especially since the Fold is known to be the heaviest or one of the heaviest phones on the market. Sadly, it is not getting any thinner. In fact, it is actually getting a tiny bit thicker, and that is because the camera is getting some improvements. So according to Ice Universe, once again, the main module is getting bumped to a 50 megapixel sensor up from 12. And this new sensor will now be the same one that Samsung uses in the standard S22s. Then the telephoto module is also set to be changed from the current 12 megapixel 2x optical zoom sensor to a brand new 10 megapixel, so lower in resolution, but with a 3x optical zoom. So again, the same module that Samsung uses on the S22. So yeah, I'm really happy to see that the Fold is finally getting some pretty big camera upgrades, although the camera quality won't be quite as good as on the S22 Ultra, for example. And then the last change, which is also reported by Ice Universe, is said to be a brand new chip, so the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. Luckily, we are not getting any Exynos models this year either, just like we did before, so all models of the Folds will be Snapdragon. But other than that, everything else is reported to be staying the same as on the Fold 3. In fact, according to 91 Mobiles and Eve Leaks, the back design isn't really changing. It's going to look pretty much identical to the Fold 3s. And then we're also getting some brand new colors according to 91 Mobiles. So the black one is luckily here to stay. This is by far my favorite. The white is gone and replaced by a really nice gold or beige color. And then the green is also gone and replaced by a gray. So this is everything that's been reported in terms of the Galaxy Z Fold 4. Now, the other device that Samsung is expected to launch at this event is the Galaxy Z Flip 4. Now, according to renders from 91 Mobiles and OnLeaks, the design is going to look identical to the Z Flip 3. But that doesn't mean that it's not actually changing in any way. So I think that the biggest change is going to be the cover screen, which according to Russ Young is getting slightly bigger from 1.9 inches to 2 inches. This doesn't really seem like a big change, but keep in mind that display was very tiny, so any small increase to that will actually make a pretty big difference. Something else that's getting bigger is the battery, which according to Ice Universe is going to be bumped from 3,300 mAh to 3,700. Now, that is a 12% battery size increase, which combined with the new chip, the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, so just like in the Fold 4, we should be seeing a noticeably better battery life than on the Z Flip 3. Another big change is the crease, which according to Ice Universe is going to be much less noticeable. I haven't really had a problem with the crease on the Fold, however on the Flip the crease is horizontal, so right in the middle. So when you're scrolling through your phone and navigating a website, you will definitely be able to notice it. So if Samsung can reduce the crease and make the display appear more flat, then this will definitely improve the usability of this phone. Apparently the screen bezel will also be getting thinner, which is great to hear, and we're also getting some new colors according to 91 Mobiles and Eve Leaks. So we have the gray and the beige, just like with the Fold 4, and then we also have two more colors, light blue and what appears to be a purple. So yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of the Z Flip 4. There are some contradictory reports in terms of the price. Some are saying that the price will be lowered, some are saying that the price will actually be increased. So yeah, we'll have to wait until after the event to see. So if you're looking to pick up the brand new Fold 4 or Flip 4, you might be aware that they do not come with a charger in the box. So we've partnered with Spigen to bring you some brilliant options for charging. For wireless charging, the Spigen Arc-Field charger is the world's first Samsung certified wireless charger. This means that it uses the same official Samsung charging module to deliver 15-watt super fast wireless charging for any Samsung phone that supports it. Spigen's wireless charger also has a slimmer and a sleeker design than Samsung alternative. And for wired charging, Spigen offers the Arc Station mini charger, which offers the super fast 25-watt charging for supported Samsung devices. They're a perfect fit for the Fold 4, Flip 4, or any Samsung device that supports super fast charging. Check them out by using the links below. Now, the next product that we're expecting to see announced is the Galaxy Watch 5. And just like last year, we're expecting to see two models, but instead of a standard and a classic, it is now reported that we'll be seeing a standard and a pro model. Now, the colors and the sizes for all of them have been revealed by 91 Mobiles and Eve Leaks. And essentially what you need to know here is that the standard model will come in two sizes. This has been reported by John Prosser, 40mm and 44. Essentially the same sizes as the Galaxy Watch 4. But instead of the classic model, we would now have the Pro model, which will only come in one size, so 46mm. And yeah, you can probably tell from these images that this watch is pretty huge. So okay, what would a Pro model feature? Well, what's been reported so far is amazing battery life, which was reported by a Korean certification. Apparently, it's going to have a battery size of 572 mAh, which is huge for a watch. I believe this is the biggest battery on any smartwatch on the market. And this will be 60% larger than the 44mm Galaxy Watch 4. So this, according to Ice Universe, should give you at least 3 days of battery life. And Ice was also saying that we should see a sapphire glass crystal cover and also a titanium case. Yeah, it looks to me like the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro will be a direct competitor to the Apple Watch Pro. Of course, it's a bit more complicated than that, because if you have an iPhone, you have to get an Apple Watch. If you have a Samsung phone, you cannot get an Apple Watch, so you have to get the Samsung Galaxy Watch. But they're both called the Pro. They're both set to feature better battery life than the standard models, more premium materials, so titanium on both, a sapphire crystal display, so there's a lot of similarities between Samsung's and Apple's Pro watch. Also, I don't know how many of you have noticed, but there's no rotating bezel on the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, which means that Samsung would have now discontinued the rotating bezel from their watches entirely. There are also no new health sensors coming. According to Ming Chi Kuo, Samsung was considering adding a body temperature sensor, but they had some issues with the algorithm to measure the temperature, and yeah, it's no longer coming. But we are set to be getting some new headphones. More specifically, the Galaxy Buds Pro 2, which according to Max Jambor, they've actually entered production now. So what can we expect in terms of the Galaxy Buds Pro 2? Keep in mind that these would be the direct competitor to Apple's AirPods Pro 2. Well, according to 95 Google, they would actually be more expensive. at $230 instead of $200, and supports 24-bit audio. So that's pretty much everything that's been reported in terms of them. So I guess it's quite safe to assume that we should be seeing some improvements to noise cancelling, some improvements to the overall sound quality, and of course some improvements to the battery life, which was just not that great with the original Galaxy Buds Pro. The original Galaxy Buds Pros came out in January 2021, so it would be like, what, a year and 7 months since those came out. So yeah, these are definitely an overdue upgrade. But apparently, according to the Alec and Frontron, we're also expecting to see the Galaxy Buds Live 2. We haven't really seen any mentions of what new features these would have. So if anything, I do expect the changes to be extremely small, maybe just improve battery life. As the Buds Live, we're not really known to have, amazing sound quality and amazing noise cancelling. Like, the only reason why they existed was because they had an open back design. And they kind of resembled the functionality of just the standard AirPods. So I think this is what made them so special, that shape and that form factor, and Samsung will most likely keep that with the second generation and just improve on things like sound quality and battery life. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm super excited for the Samsung event. Let me know in the comments what product do you want to see the most. And then of course, next month in September, we will be having the Apple event with the iPhone 14 and all of their announcements. But yeah, I'm Daniel, this is ZONEofTECH, and I'll see you guys in the next one. ZONEofTECH, signing out. Cheers.